Yes, you can start.
Okay. Akshay? Hello. Hello.
Yes, boss.
Okay. Please present your screen. We are going to start our webinar.
Okay. But now it is visible.
Yes, you are visible. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, viewers. Today we will going to uh, let me introduce the speaker first, Mr. Akshay Ramani. He has completed his master's, and then after he has worked for a year in a calf laboratory, analytical and research lab at NDDB Anand. Then after he has joined the PhD for pursuing his studies at NDRI, National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal, Haryana. So today he will be going to present upon gas chromatography, its application in dairy and food industry, how we apply or what is the principle of gas chromatography, and he will take an example, means how we do the gas chromatography. So I will hand over to the Akshay. So Akshay, you can start now. You are not audible, Akshay. Okay, now you are audible.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss about gas chromatography and its application in dairy industry. Okay, let's we start. Here we go through this sequence about introduction of general introduction of chromatography, working principle of gas chromatography, different component of the gas chromatography procedure, and one of the case study we will describe. Now we will start on the gas chromatography. Introduction of the chromatography. What is chromatography? Chromatography is the separation process useful in the separation and purification stage in analytes. Commonly, chromatography is in the separation of the biological and fine and specific chemical, a specialized unit of the operation of the adsorption-based chromatography. What is the purpose of chromatography? Chromatography purpose is the analytical purpose mainly determines the chemical compound of the sample and the preparative type in purify and collect the one or more component for the sample analysis for further use. Now, what is the classification of chromatography techniques? The classification of chromatography techniques based on the then mobile phase nature. For example, first on liquid chromatography, the liquid is a mobile phase. In gas chromatography, the mobile phase is a gas. And third one is the supercritical fluid chromatography. Now we start with the gas chromatography and its application in dairy industry. What is gas chromatography? Gas chromatography is a technique that separates the component in the mixture by the difference in the partition behavior between the mobile phase and stationary phase. It is the technique this separate and detect the small molecular weight of compound in the gaseous phase. The sample in here, the gas chromatography sample is either gas or liquid that vaporize in injection prod and give the analytical result in detector. Now, the mobile phase for the gas chromatography is a carrier gas, typically helium hydrogen use. Helium used because of the low molecular weight and the being the chemical inert. The pressure is applied in mobile phase because the movement of analyte through the column. The separation is done by the using the column with clotted with the stationary phase for the different material. Here is the in common way we generally show in it is the analytical technique used for the separation of the thermostable and volatile substance. In here, mobile phase gas and stationary phase solid or liquid use. Now, what is the basic principle of gas chromatography? Mainly, the gas chromatography is adsorption and partition-based chromatography. Two different. If the stationary phase is liquid, in sample, the stationary phase is liquid. The liquid gas liquid chromatography is based on partition-based chromatography, and in other hand, the solid. We have the stationary phase as a solid material. The solid that called the gas solid chromatography. That based on the absorption-based chromatography. Absorption-based chromatography. Now here we show the difference between gas solid chromatography and gas liquid chromatography in absorption chromatography and partition chromatography. So what is the absorption chromatography and how it works? In absorption chromatography is relatively different in the absorption of the constituent of the sample because of the difference in their affinity to the stationary phase. The component of the mixture absorb with different rate and give the analyte result is a different rate. Here only for the solid. In here, gas or solid chromatography, adsorption chromatography, mostly solid liquid or liquid gas chromatography is used, mainly used. In other hand, the partition chromatography. Partition chromatography is generally separation on the stationary phase occurred by the partition due to the difference in the partition coefficient and give the analyte is different and give the result in detector. Now, what is gas chromatography and their basic component? In gas chromatography, mostly gas system, carrier gas, then after the inlet system, when the sample was inject, column, detector, and data system, major component of the gas chromatography. Now we go through the systematic diagram of the gas chromatography. Here in systematic diagram of gas chromatography, carrier gas pass through the flow controller that control the gas flow, and then after move on the injector part. In injector part, say, where they inject the sample using the microsyringe, and then after column oven. Column oven is provide the sufficient temperature and maintain the temperature in the temperature for the column. The saver column. In column, what is the main function? The column is separate the component is where their ability and the pass on the detector. Detector measure the response or what kind of response over measured by the detector and give the some data and transfer the data to the record file. And data was recorded in the system PC computer, one of them. Now, instrumental component, which are the instrumental component in gas chromatography. In gas chromatography, first one is carrier gas, sample injector, column, detector, record analysis are main component of the gas chromatography. In here, carrier gas. We start with the carrier gas. Carrier gas is a high pressure cylinder with attached the pressure, regulate and flow the meter. Here mostly in gas chromatography, helium, nitrogen, hydrogen, argon are used as a carrier gas. Nitrogen is preferred when the large consumption of the carrier gas employed. The operating efficiency of the gas chromatography is directly depend on the maintenance of the constant flow rate of the carrier gas. What is trap? Why trap is important? Trap is a help to remove the moisture, oxygen, and hydrocarbon, and other impurities from the gas. Here, we saw in the traps in figure nitrogen for moisture cap. Moisture cap is already present in all type of the gases, but in the nitrogen and zero gas, the regenerable silica use for remove the oxygen. And in hydrogen and helium gas we generally use active charcoal for the remove of the hydrocarbon and impurity the other impurity in other. In silica gel, what is the silica gel? Will confirm the moisture is higher. When the moisture is higher, when silica gel is color change, when the moisture is higher, blue to pink color. We saw in the figure. Then after now the carrier gas we connect with the detector. How? The helium is a perform for the thermal conductivity detector. mostly prefer to the thermal conductivity detector because of its thermal conductivity is relative in most of organic carbon. It depends on the most of the organic carbon. Then after the helium gas mostly as a carrier get used for thermal conductivity detector. In other end, after helium, nitrogen, helium or nitrogen used for the mostly prefer as a flame ionized detector because it's flammable. And then after very dry nitrogen used for the electron capture detector. Now we go through the sample injector system. Liquid sample are injected in liquid sample are injected in micro syringe with a needle used as a micro syringe or needle. Gas sample are injected by the gas tighted syringe with through past the loop and valve. Typically, sample volume range from zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.2 ml used for the injection of sample in gas chromatography. Here, injector are two type of mainly injector are used: split mode of injector and splitless mode of injector. We saw in here what is split mode of injector. The split in split mode of injector, the split one is open of sample to the column. In making of part is the mechanism part is solution is only a small portion of the sample goes and sample goes on small sample goes another concentrated used for split mode injector. Mostly more than 0.1% concentrated solution we have here injector. Then perform the split mode injector is performed isothermally also. Split mode injector have give the fast injection speed injector speed and injector and contamination between the injector and septa is not usually noticed in split mode injector and a standard for the capillary column. Now we different how different with splitless mode. In split vent in here splitless injector mode, the split vent is closed. Most of the sample as goes through the column. All sample as goes to this column. Where here the diluted sample is less than 0.1%. Then when comparison of the split mode in split mode the concentrated sample is usually more than 0.1%, and here we saw the in splitless mode the concentrated of sample is less than 0.1. Injection speed is slower than split mode. Splitless mode injector is give the small slow injection speed. No, not prepared for isothermic reaction. Is not given the isothermal reaction. And also splitless mode is controlled by the solenoid valve. And also standard for the capillary column is used for the capillary column. Now we go through the column. There are the two generally type of column used in the gas chromatography. Packed column and the packed column and capillary column. Packed column contain the fine divided inner solid support material coated with the inner liquid stationary part which we have used. And here most packed column have 1.5 to 10 meter length and having internal diagram of the diameter of the 2 to 4 mm. And now we see the open tubular capillary column. In open tubular column, the open tubular column and capillary column were first described in 1950. Capillary column are generally constructed in the glass and fused silica. These columns have inside the diameter of 0.25 to 0.15 mm and length of 25 to 100 mm. In here we saw in figure the wall coated open tubular length 5 to 100 meter, which is the open tubular capillary column. We see in this figure the first layer of the polymer coating in a whole of the capillary column. Then after second layer is the fusion silica for as a carrier as a silica used, and then third one is the typically the mobile phase liquid phase used 0.5 to 5 micrometer. and inner diameter is 100, 180, 200, 250 to micrometer. As visual, we can use as a different step for the different diameter used. Now, what is different between packed and capillary column? Here in C, the length of the packed column is 0.5 to 10 meter is the lower than the capillary column. In capillary column, all have the capillary column gives the 5 to 100 meter length. Inner diameter, internal diameter is packed column is 2 to 4 mm. When the capillary column contain 0.5 to 0.32 content, means lower internal diameter is contained in capillary column. Flow rate is higher in the packed column the comparison to the capillary column. Operating pressure is also same as a packed and capillary column. Sample capacity is higher in the packed column compared to capillary. In here, we saw the capillary column content gives a lower sample concentration and gives a small quantity of sample for the analysis. Now we saw what is the difference in result evolution of the packed and capillary column. Here we saw the first figure is the packed column analysis on the chromosomes diagram. He saw the peak evolution. What is the difference of the peak evolution? What is the difference in the peak evolution? We see in the first figure the packed column analysis of the chromosome peak is broad peak, and the area is large. Then after comparison to capillary column, here we saw the second and third figure of the capillary column analysis, and 2 and 3 third figure are mostly same, just the outer diameter are just different in the capillary column. Here we saw the comparison between the packed column capillary column. The capillary column is give the sharp peak in the second and third figure, but it gives the better sharp peak than the packed column. It gives the broad peak. It gives the better result because of the internal diameter is lower in the better sharp peak. So it gives the better the capillary column. It gives the better result than the packed column. And now at present time, mostly capillary column is used for the dairy industry. In oven temperature, the common temperature may be value of 0 to 408. In oven temperature, the main function is to maintain the temperature, provide the temperature to the column. Temperature control, here we use the two type of the temperature controller use. Isothermal and gradient temperature. Is called the thermostatically controller oven use. Have been the maintained in the temperature maintained in column is highly essential for the efficiency separation. In linear, we see in the isothermal temperature control, this method is the efficiency for separation of the complex mixture of the sample. Now we go to the detector. In detector, the different type of detector are used in the gas chromatography. Flame ionized detector, thermal conductivity detector, electrode capture detector, nitrogen phosphorus detector, photo ionized detector, atomic emission detector, flame photometric detector. Used in flame ionized detector, the flame ionized detector they mostly widely used in the dairy industry. Based on the flame ionized detector, based on the fact that the most organic compound when the pyrolyzed by the hot flame and produce the ion intermediate that conduct the electricity through the flame. Detector involved in the monitoring the conductivity of the combustion of the product. Here we saw in the hydrogen inlet of here hydrogen inlet and air and oxygen for the combination of here. In capillary column is mobile phase he uses a high sensitive and it is give the high sensitivity to the 10 to 13 gram per ml and the large linear response and the lower noise. It is also the easy to use. it disadvantage they destroy the sample. The flame ionized detector, the main disadvantage is that destroy the sample, disturb the detector. The influence from the common is mixture with the hydrogen, air, and ignite. The organic compound burning in the flame produce the ion and electron, which can produce the electricity through the flame. A large electricity potential is applied at the burning tips. The ion collective and collect the electron will collect the recorder and record the due to the electric current, give the electric current. And after we go to the thermal conductivity based detector. What is the thermal conductivity based detector? Is work on the when the separation compound allude to the column. The thermal conductivity of the mixture of the carrier gas and the component gas is lower. The filament in here we show the filament in the sample column become the hotter than the control column. The imbalance between the control and the sample filament temperature is measured by the sample gradient and the signal is recorded. Thermal conductivity is what is the thermal conductivity and is based on the basic. Here we saw in this figure the thermal conductivity is the nano-destructive concentrated sealing the detector. A heating filament is cooled by the flow of the carrier gas is a down to upward. When the carrier gas is contaminated by the sample, the cooling effect of the gas change by the difference of the cooling material used for generation of the detector signal. Now we go through the electron capture detector. Here we see what is a electron capture detector and how it works. It is electron capture detector is based on the principle of electron capturing by the various substance being sensed with the case reduction in the ion current. Particularly advantage of this detector are very highly sensitive and specify for the molecules such as oxygen, halogen, oxygen, and containing the halogen containing compound, which have the higher electron affinities. Here we saw in the table from the a sample go through the column. Here the ion source and the current signal it give the collector electrode. Here they elute the sample and give the current response is recorded by the here. Now we move on to next detector, nitrogen phosphorus detector. Nitrogen phosphorus detector is highly sensitive but specified detector. It is also detect nitrogen and phosphorus like compound. Nitrogen phosphorus detector is give the strong response to the organic compound contain the nitrogen and the phosphorus. Actually, the nitrogen phosphorus detector sensor is rubidium and the caesium band continue inside the smaller heated coil. Here we see in the helium and hydrogen pass on the here we saw the helium and hydrogen pass through the detector is a smaller jet. Band is heated through the heating coil, heated to the heated coil. The potentially to apply between the beam and anode, the heating alkali will emit the electron by the thermal emission. Collect the anode connection by the anode. Product is ion content. Absorb the material of nitrogen phosphorus. Reduce the work of the function that emits the electron and increase the rise the anode current. And it gives the sensitive response to the data system. Now the nitrogen phosphorus detection are mostly used for the nitrogen and phosphorus like compound that analyzed in gas chromatography. Here we just seeing the sensitivity of the nitrogen phosphorus detector is 10 to 12 gram per ml for phosphorus and 10 to 11 gram per ml for nitrogen. Now we move on the other detector of the photoionized detector, atomic emission detector, and flame photometric detector. A photoionized detector is mainly work on the aromatical hydrogen, aromatical hydrocarbon, and organosulfur and organophosphorus. Automatic emission detector is element selective detector. Element selective detector. Now on the flame detector. Flame automatic detector is sulfur containing compound. Analyze the sulfur and phosphorus containing compound by the gas chromatography in the sample. Now, some of the common gas chromatography detectors we use in use. Mostly detector like the flame detector we generally call as mass flow type detector in supporting medium uses supporting medium. Uh, the flame ionized detector mostly used for organic carbon type of analytes. Then after the thermal conductivity detector, thermal conductivity detector is called as a universal detector. And analyte can be measured by the thermal conductivity detector. That's why it's called as a universal detector. And after the electron capture detector, electron capture detector is only used for the halide, nitride, nitrile, peroxide, hydride type of analysis can be detected by the electron capture detector. Then after the nitrogen phosphorus detector, we saw in the section, nitrogen phosphorus detector is generally used for only nitrogen and phosphorus determination and by supporting them as a hydrogen and A can give the detective the 10 milligram. Then after flame photometric detector, in here flame photometric detector in here flame photometric detector, sulfur is analyzed the sulfur, phosphorus, boron, arsenic, selenium type of the matter. Other analyte can be measured by the gas chromatography detector. In here is also the detectability is 100 picogram. And now the photoionized detector. Photoionized detector is generally used aliphatic amino acid, other analyte, aromatic analytes, ketones, there are different type of ester, aldehyde compound, amide compound, heterocyclic ring, and some of the organometallic compound can be analyzed by this detector, photoionized detector, give the detectability as a 2 picograms. And here we after the summary of the common detector used in the gas chromatography, we conclude that the conductivity detector is a is a good type of every type. For specific is that's why also called the universal detector. The specific highlight you can use as a nitrogen phosphorus for nitrogen and phosphorus another. Now here we show the all over the all over the general information about the how it work gauge chromatography, how it work. To see in here the sample to prepare the sample for the common concentration, common concentration and inject and then after injected in the sample to the gas chromatography using the two type of injector micro syringe injector split and split injection. Then after it go through the in oven temperature. What is the meaning of the oven? We saw oven is give the maintain the temperature for the column separator. Then after the column give the separate the analytical different analyte separate the different analyte from the compound in the sample. And then after you go pass to the detector measure the response, how the response is higher, lower, and then after you give some data to the computer, and the data is recorded by the here we show the in data was recorded by, and here the graph is evaluate the peak evaluates at the different RT when the is recorded Application of the gas chromatography in dairy and food industry determined of the hormone use several for okay. Application of gas chromatography in dairy and food industry. Is several application in gas chromatography in food industry. Here we start one of the determination of hormone of residue in milk by the gas chromatography and mass spectrometry. Here we determine the eating anabolized hormones from the synthetic of the steamboat steroid-like hormones and detect by the gas chromatography mass spectrometry. Second, examination of the volatile compound in fermented milk using the gas chromatography. By means the gas chromatography mass spectrometry method used to simulate the distillation extraction, the volatile compound of the fermented using the converted of the standard culture when examined. A total of 53 volatile compounds were detected by the gas chromatography mass spectrometry method. Third one is a quantification of the free fatty acid in milk using the gas chromatography mass spectrometry method. Fourth, quantification of the free fatty acid in milk, mostly ethyl chloroformate free fatty acid method used for the development of the FFA. FFA standard solution and raw milk sample were used as a volatile to use the method. Then after detection of the foreign fat in milk fat. Here the major part is detection of the adulteration of the different oil in the milk fat. The detection of the adulteration fat in milk fat can be performed by analytical triglyceride method by the gas liquid chromatography using standard methodology. The standard methodology is recommended of the packed column which allow to separate the triglyceride according to their chain length, total carbon number, and the developed method is applied for detection of adulteration of fat with partially hydrogenated vegetable oil. Hydrogenated vegetable oil contain variable amount of the trans fatty acid 18 GM1 linolenic acid and two other different form of hydrogenated vegetable oil having the different trans fatty acid level. Here we detect by the gas liquid chromatography. Here we see some of the international standard that have been specified for the chromatographic analysis for the specific components of the milk and milk product are given in the table. Here we see in some of the first one is vegetable fat in adulteration in milk fat. We can use by the standard method, international verification method 054 NO 1970 sterol component in ghee using by the ISO 12078 and ISO 18252. Then after fatty acid composition is also measured in milk fat by using the international standard method by 15885. Polychloride biphenyl method are also used for the milk and milk product. Pesticide organochloride compound are also used in international dairy federation method. Now we go to the one case study that can be here described in detection of the ghee adulteration through the signature peak by the gas chromatography of triglyceride. In here we see which kind of material and method used. The pure cow and buffalo ghee sample used for the gas chromatography. Then after fat adulteration, in for preparation of the adulteration sample, we use as a RM ejector. In market, one oil is available. RM ejector oil is for after the GCMMF as standard to RM is compulsory for the milk and ghee. Then after this type of oil is available in market to adjust the RM value adulterated ghee sample to the normal sample. So now here study we use as a RM ejected oil in pure ghee sample. Standard we use as a standard triglyceride means CRM 7811 for international standard, and standard anhydrous butterfat also used. In gas chromatography we use is this practical analysis. The gas chromatography is a Simanju 2010 GC model for manufactured by Kuwait Japan. With GC in here, software uses a GC solution software was used. In some of the specified condition for this parameter by the standardized method, here we saw the which type of column we use the column CP unlimited column, the distance CP7532 Agilent technology column made by the Agilent technology. In here column specification is column has 5 meter length, 0.53 meter internal diameter, and 0.18 mm of the outer diameter. In here column the film thickness is 0.17 micrometer. In here what is the flow, which flow rate we set in analysis. The column flow rate is 3 ml per minute. As a nitrogen we use as a nitrogen carrier gas. Detect in here which type of the detector used. Flame ionized detector used as a 370 degree centigrade for detect the triglyceride analysis of the milk fat. Injector used for which type of injector use in this method. Here we use as a split type of the injector, that is the 370 degree centigrade. Column on temperature. Which type of temperature is set in column? We set as a gradient temperature. Initially we set the 18 degree centigrade temperature and in oven. Then after is increased at 190 degree centigrade, and the rate of the 15 degree centigrade per minute, and then after then to the 350 degree centigrade for the 50 degree gas. 6 degree per minor temperature is temperature for the 7 minutes. Now triglyceride standard, we use the triglyceride standard and ghee sample. What is the volume of sample can be injected in the gas chromatography? Here the 1% volume, 1% fraction in hexane. Sample prepared in 1% volume fraction in hexane. In injection volume, for the gas chromatography 0.5 microliter by the syringe filter split type of the injector. Here we saw some chromatogram of the first chromatogram is in here we see the chromatogram of the first chromatogram is a certified reference material for the comparison of the sample and other analyte to give the analysis is correct or not. Then in here we show the proper chromatogram. This type of chromatogram is so in the after analysis of gas chromatography. Then after we see in the next chromatograph of the pure ghee sample. In here pure ghee sample where we saw the we saw in the peak. Start with the C carbon 20, 24, carbon 26, carbon 28, carbon 30 to the 32, 34 to the carbon 54. It is the whole sequence of the carbon. Now we see the next chromatograph of the fat adulterant. Is only fat adulterant, no such adulterant can be used. Here is the fat adulterant is RM adjusted oil we use as a adulterant. So here is only fat adulterant chromatograph. Here we say that chromatograph is totally different as compared to the pure cow ghee chromatograph. Now we evaluate the chromatograph sequence by the overlapping the chromatograph of the pure ghee and adulterated ghee sample. So we can see the different peak at the same time, and what is the we can understand what is the different between the peak of the pure ghee sample peak and adulterated ghee sample peak. Here we see in the blue line. Here we see the blue line. The blue line is the chromatograph. It is the peak line and the chromatogram line of the pure cow ghee sample, and the black peak line is the is measured by the adulterated sample. Here we see the visible difference between the pure ghee and adulterated sample, but it is not enough because it is the only pure ghee and it is 100% adulterated sample. So it gives a huge difference between pure ghee and adulteration. Now we saw So the chromatograph of the pure ghee sample adulterated with the 5% adulteration of the adulterant oil as a RM oil. Here we see also the blue line is indicate the pure ghee sample, and the black line is the adulterated sample. Here we saw the concentration of the adulteration sample is low. Peak the sharpness of peak is lower than the previous slide. Here we see the what is the peak sharpness of peak is the 75,000, and here is the 45 around the 45,000 of the adulterated ghee sample. Here we notice the visible difference between the sample, but it is some in here some purity is impurity is also here in the ghee sample and other, like, so that can also affect in this procedure. Then after we saw the chromatograph of the pure ghee and adulterated ghee with the adulterant at the 2.5%, at the lower level of the 5% half. Here we also see the blue line is indicate the pure ghee sample peak, and the blackish line is indicate the adulterated sample. Here we saw the clear difference between the first two peak of the pure ghee and adulterated ghee. Then after we see in the third and other peak is mostly similar. It's not given the specific huge difference between the pure ghee and adulterated ghee as compared to the previous slide. We saw the what is the how the sharpness of the peak is decreased. Here the sharpness of peak is 75,000, around the 75,000. Then after the size of sharpness of peak in area of peak is only say 45,000 around, and now is 35,000 in around. Now we saw in next slide the chromatograms of pure ghee and the adulterated ghee with the 0.5% at the lowest level of the adulteration has been detected. Now we try. Now it here we saw the almost same. The pure ghee sample line is a blue, and as a this adulterated sample is a content as a black. Here we show the old type of the analyte is mostly similar to the old peak and area heights and their retention time. So no, it is visible difference, and also not as a calculatable difference as compared to the 2.55, and the highest difference will be measured in 7.5% adulteration, when the 7.5% adulteration will done. Now how it will calculate by here the calculation of the how it calculate the adulteration of sample. Here we saw the old peak have their area and the size of peak. So in here in gas chromatography, the retention time, for example, 6 minute, if the 6 minute the peak is evaluated, then the peak area is something like that, and that contain how much percent of the area of the peak, 5.21%. Then after this calculated by the gas chromatography software, and this value can be copy and into paste in the Excel sheet for the further calculation for the how we defined as the ghee is adulteration with the foreign fat and other type of vegetable fat. So we all type of the peak retention type of peak see from carbon 20, carbon 24, carbon 28 as at the different retention time, and the peak area as per the concentration of the peak, percent of the peak area can be calculated by the calculation. One of the standardized calculation formula is here. The S total value is a standardized standard calculation formula for the detection of ghee adulteration. Here we show the L calculation, how to calculate. Here is the formula is minus 2.5 minus 2.7575 carbon 26 plus 6.477 carbon 28. Here with the value is defined by the some standardization of the researcher, and then give the one of the carbon chain is completely adding of the carbon chain of the carbon 26 chain, carbon 28, carbon 30, carbon 32, carbon 34, carbon 40, carbon 42, Then after we give the result, the S value is total formula for the detection. How can we conclude that this gill is adulterated or not? Then by this equation. Now the second equation is for the same here. Equation are mostly same type, but the equation in here second equation gives the specify for oil for the adulteration of the soybean oil, sunflower oil, rapeseed oil, linseed oil, wheat grain oil, cottonseed oil, fish oil detection can be done by this equation. Used as a S2 equation is only mostly similar like that. Means procedure are also same to calculate the some interference data is given here. Then after the carbon 30, carbon 34, carbon 36 is given in the put in the value from this table and calculate the data. Here give the range in here in between the range 98.5 to 101.95. In between the your result in between this range, so your sample was passed. Your sample is the genuine sample, as a pure sample. Then after your sample is not passed or not in this range, higher or lower of this range, the sample is the adulterated with the, we conclude that this sample is adulterated with the soybean oil, sunflower oil, olive oil, rapeseed oil, linseed oil, and etc. Then after the third equation is place 3 equation is give the some specified oil adulteration is give the from the only coconut oil and palm kernel oil. When we detect the palm kernel and coconut oil, this equation is very useful. Here also the equation or calculation is mostly same. Just the carbon number was changed. Here the carbon number start with the carbon 32, carbon 36, carbon 38, carbon 42, like. And here the range is also different. Here the range is 99.42 to 100.58. Here in between this range, your sample was passed, genuine sample. Whenever your sample is go through the higher or lower from this range, so your sample will fail in adulteration. So your sample has been adulterated with this oil, coconut oil or palm kernel oil has been concluded. Now the equation 4, S4 for the palm oil and beef tallow is detected by this equation. Here we saw also the calculation. The calculation procedure are and sequence are almost same. Just based on palm oil and the detection of the brick yellow, the just carbon number of the change. Carbon fatty acid number is also changed. Carbon 28, carbon 30, carbon 32, carbon 34, carbon 36, carbon 38. Type of used for the calculation. And then after if your sample within the 95.90 and to the 104.10 in between range, your sample has resulted, so your sample has been passed and genuine sample. When it not, so it is adulterated with palm oil or beef tallow. Now the one of the more equation is for the lard detection for adulteration of milk fat. Here we see the here we see the lard detection of the by the this calculation. And here the what is the range of the calculated data here we see 97.96 to 102.04. In between your result is say the your sample is passed from the adulterated sample, and whenever your sample is more than and lower than this value, so your sample has been failed for the detection of adulteration. Now all these all are the equation S2, S3, S4, and S5 for the specific oil. And then after all calculation, they are after main equation is as total generation of the formula. If the all sample in equation 2, equation 3, equation 4, and equation 5, the sample was pass in the borderline. When we put in the sample as a sample in the as total general formula, the given range of 95.68 to 104.32. In between In between, this result give the pure ghee sample, and otherwise it give the adulterated with ghee sample. It conclude. Then after we show the after calculation how it result is given in table. After we calculate that the result is here. Here we show the equation. I have mentioned the equation S2, equation 3, equation 4, and equation 5. And last, the equation is the total equation for determine the adulteration of ghee. Now the all are the limit for their all are the limit for the equation. In equation 2, equation 2 is generally what is the measure of equation 2 is soybean oil, sunflower oil, olive oil, rapeseed oil, linseed oil, cottonseed oil. Type of oil detected by the second equation of the. And what is the equation 3? Equation 3 is measure the coconut and palm kernel oil adulterated in milk fat. And the equation 4 is generally we show in previous slide is also measure the palm oil and beef tallow. And equation 5 is only for the lard. And equation, the total equation is the summary of the all equation is carried out by the one given the range 95.68 to 104.32. Here in is missed this range. This sample has been adulterated. Here we show the pure. Here we show the pure ghee result. In equation 2 is 100.96 is between the limit. Then after 99.62 is between the limit. And all are in pure ghee sample is all are in between the limit, and the total value of the pure ghee sample is also between the limit. So our sample is a pure ghee sample has been taken by our team. And then after we check the RM value set oil for the fat adulteration. Here we see here we also, because he called RM value, is also in range. Some of equation is used in range. In here we saw the second equation, the for fat adulteration is also being passed in theory. But the third equation is in fail for the coconut and palm oil kernel oil, because in mixture of the coconut and palm kernel oil in some portion. Now we go to the equation 4. Equation 4. It is the huge difference between equation 4 limits and had the applicable limit result. Then after equation 5 is also fail as a borderline. So equation 4 is give the broad range of difference between. Now we see the limit of the 98.5 to 101.95 in the equation 2, and the fat adulteration range. It different between the pure ghee and adulterated ghee. Now we see here the pure ghee sample. Then after equation finally we see in the final equation of the all of that. Here we see the pure ghee is adulterated with 0.5% of the adulterated fat. That result in 104.5. It also in range of the total. So it's not detectable at the limit when you add the 0.5% adulterated in ghee. When we use as a pure ghee adulterated with 2.5% adulterated sample, 2.5% adulterated sample, that value is 97.06. 19 adulteration with the 2.5%, 97.006. It also had been range in between the range, so it also not detectable at the limit of adulteration of 2.5% in pure ghee and adulterated ghee. Now we see in pure ghee sample and now we see the pure ghee sample adulterated with 7.5%. 7.5% adulteration in the pure ghee sample. The result is given is here range is 95.68, 104.32. The here sample has been failed 95.14. So in here we see the data. The sample is adulterated with 7.5% adulteration. 7.5% adulteration in the pure ghee can be detected by this method, as particularly with the confirmation. So how in this procedure you can evaluate your result by the procedure. Now what is the in the conclusion, we have what is the advantage of gas chromatography? Uh, gas chromato gas chromatography is very high resolution power. Complex mixture can be resolved into component by this method. Gas chromatography is very sensitive method with the thermal conductivity detector. I say in the previous slide also, thermal conductivity detector. A detector is a universal detect down to the detector, and also detect as the limit of the down to the 100 parts per million. Gas chromatography is a micro method for smaller sample size required. You have the small sample size and analyze the adulteration, so you can use as a gas chromatography because it is require only small amount micro amount of sample in their analysis. It is give the faster analysis is possible in gas are moving fast and rapid comparison to the HPLC, high pressure liquid chromatography and other FDR method. It gives the gas chromatography is give the relatively good precision and accuracy result. We can give the confirmation based on this result. Okay, this method, this ghee sample was adulterated or not, and it is also quantitative and qualitative analysis is possible by this method. So that's why we can conclude that this method is adulterated with an adulterated sample with this portion and how many type. What is the main conclusion and the beneficial of the gas chromatography? It is a good separation technique. It is give the result in the short time analysis. It is time requirement based method. It is a small simple is sample is need as a microgram sample you need for the analysis of any sample in gas chromatography. In his various type of detector used in the gas chromatography to use a different type of analyte can be detected by the different method in gas chromatography. It is quantitative and qualitative and different type of analysis you will carry out by this method. Thank you everyone. If you have any query, please mail on this email ID.
Dear viewers, here I am Dhruvin Patel. I would like to thank our guest speaker, Mr. Akshay Ramani, for enlightening us with their knowledge. So today's lecture was full of knowledge and interesting informations. Mr. Akshay Ramani give deep insights about the topics like principle of gas chromatography, components of gas chromatography, procedure, applications, and the cream of this webinar, that is the case study about detections of ghee adulteration to the gas chromatography methods. He has discussed about some equations and how we can calculate the adulterations. Okay, so that is the main focus area of today's webinar. So again, I'm thanking Mr. Akshay Ramani for visiting us and enlightening us with their knowledge. Thank you, Mr. Akshay Ramani.
Thank you everyone.